The head of the Department of Infectious Diseases at the Public Health Institution, Silva Bino, has confirmed 2 cases of death from the AH1N1 flu virus, while a 3rd case is being verified. The School of Magistrates has increased the admission quote for this year to 75, while the competition for magistrate is expected to be held in April. In a majority vote, the Law Commission has overthrown President Ilir Meta's decree to return the law on notaries. Good evening. It's 6 o'clock on Monday, the 4th of February, 2019. Welcome to the English edition of Aura News. My name is Oliver, and I'm here to bring you the day's top stories from across the country, translated into English. On to the saga playing out in the Albanian university system. Today we learn the University of Shkodër will not resume instruction after the attempt to reopen university doors failed. Student protesters again blocking the university premises in the early hours of the morning and barricading the office entrance of Director Adem Bekteshi. During a debate, students began filming the university's director and stating that they are determined not to withdraw until their 8 requirements for the government and their 3 added points for the university are fulfilled. The director, Adem Bekteshi, told students that a written agreement will be signed, but as for their 8 points, he claims it is out of his control. Outside the Faculty of Economics, students and professors came to teach for about 1 hour in the outdoor environment, but only in the Faculty of Natural Sciences and Foreign Languages were classes attended despite the low student participation rate. Albania may be battling an outbreak of seasonal illnesses as an increasing number of people are falling foul to the flu. The head of the Department of Infectious Diseases at the Public Health Institution, Silva Bino, confirming 2 deadly cases from the AH1N1 flu virus, while currently an analysis is being carried out to verify whether a 3rd person has fallen victim. In a statement to the media, the head of the Department of Infectious Diseases underlined that the flu situation in Albania is similar to that of other countries in the region, except for Greece, which has a much higher intensity. Stating, so far there are 2 confirmed cases of the seasonal flu and a 3rd case is being verified. The 3rd case does not belong to Elbasan, but to another municipality that the doctor does not mention. Bino went on to say, we have an average intensity this year of the flu. The AH1N1 is not the animal illness relating to pigs. There's nothing unusual about it. It is just the seasonal virus that's going around. The victims of the flu were reportedly unvaccinated and between the ages of 40 and 60 years old. They were also affected by other diseases that constituted a risk. Bino pointed out that there have been cases in children, but no reported deaths. Bino urges everyone to get vaccinated and to take care of themselves, stating, I encourage all people to get vaccinated. At the end of November, 50,000 doses have been provided by the Ministry of Health, and 50,000 doses have been provided by the World Health Task Force. Now to the director of the School of Magistrates, Sokol Sadushi, has agreed with the approval on increasing the threshold to 75 candidates for the magistrate school requested by the European ambassador Luigi Soreca, but stressed that it would be impossible to accept so many magistrates as they compete among one another. Sadushi stated, those seeking to become a magistrate will have to pass the threshold to obtain the position. However, given the high number of candidates, not everyone will be able to compete. Also, according to a study we have made as a school, about 25% of students pass the test, but it depends on their generation and at what moment. Sadushi made these statements during a meeting with future testing competitors that will be conducted by the Magistrate School in April in the framework of the awareness campaign undertaken jointly with Euralis. He also touched upon the importance of the magistrate's position, saying it is a great responsibility for those who will come out on top. Now on to our next story, new fallout in the Law Committee where the majority overthrew the decree by President Ilir Meta for notary. The decree shot down by 10 votes after a debate between the ruling majority and the opposition, where the latter sought the implementation of the president's return law. In a statement, Democratic MP Enkelade Ali Bey stated, "The only thing that has been added to the law is the obligation of notaries to go on to insurance companies, and I believe that it gives the oligarch the right to choose tenders, giving them the right to provide notaries." Ali Bey continued by stating that she agrees with the president's concerns for the poor who do not pay notary fees in this case, stating, "This is only meant for those who have money, for oligarchs who will have the security of having notaries at their disposal. This state adds more administrative procedures each and every day. For just the simplest documents, you have to go to the notary. These are good reasons to take the President of the Republic seriously when he expresses his concern over such a fact." Meanwhile, SP MP Ulsi Manya said the law aims at reducing the number of notaries who today in Albania total 470, while also improving the quality of service to citizens. On January 15, 2019, President Meta returned to the Assembly to review the law on notaries, putting emphasis on Articles 61, 65, and 76 of this law. In arguing the decision, Meta claims that the law on notaries is unclear and sows disharmony with other articles in the law. Now turning to the Prime Minister Edi Rama and his weekend trip to Kosovo. The Prime Minister unexpectedly appearing in Pristina on Sunday, where he held an informal meeting with leaders of the ruling coalition of the country. Present at the meeting were Edi Rama, Ramush Haradinaj, and Bejet Patsoli, along with the Speaker of Parliament, Kadri Veseli, Deputy Prime Minister Fatmir Limaj, and President Hashim Thaçi. The meeting of Albanian leaders comes as Pristina is put under heavy pressure from Washington and Brussels to abolish the tariff on Serbian goods, which many consider an obstacle in resuming dialogue between Kosovo and Serbia. Even during the discussion held last week between President Thaçi and Prime Minister Haradinaj, the two remained steadfast in support for sanctions against Belgrade. According to sources, several important meetings have been slated with President Trump's advisors and have been scheduled to discuss the tension with Serbia. Last week, both Albania's Prime Minister Edi Rama and Kosovo's Prime Minister Haradinaj received calls from President Trump's national security advisor, John Bolton, in order to calm the situation over tariffs. But despite pressure, Haradinaj has not abolished the 100% tariff on Serbian goods. And finally tonight, professors at the Faculty of Social Sciences have officially gone on strike today, a decision taken on February 1st after the meeting with Education Minister Besa Shahini. Both sides were unable to reach an agreement. At the faculty, the head of Vet Vendosje, Albin Kurti, was also present. In a statement to the media, Kurti said, "These student protesters are a protest against the privileges that exist for businessmen. Students are reacting to the injustice in the education system. Politics is a bad art. Everything is monopolized in Albania, even the humor. The student protest started last year, and it's taken me some time to come and join. Student protests in Albania this winter are the most beautiful social event and the most authentic political development we have seen in the span of many years." When asked if his arrival could be considered a policy intervention, Kurti said, "I've interfered all my life, and that's why I'm in politics. Politics is subjective intervention based on what you believe to be right and true. The student protest in Tirana is a beautiful social event and should be admired." The Vet Vendosje leader Albin Kurti says that Kosovo and Albania will find calm when their representative politicians come from the middle class, stating, "The only solution to the maintenance of democracy in the middle class, politician. I am not against businessmen that enter politics, but I am against politicians becoming businessmen. Inter-Albanian politicians have by far become the richest people. Politics is not a business. It's a representation and a service. From Latin, minister means servant. The prime minister means top servant. Even in Albania and Kosovo, we should have politicians from the middle class. Politics are a service, not a rule, not an enrichment scheme." Referencing the Arab Spring at the Faculty of Social Sciences in Tirana, Kurti said that the time has come for a similar Albanian Spring. And that's the news across the country today. Thank you for watching our English edition this evening, and be sure to join me again every Monday to Saturday at 6 p.m. for the latest news from Albania. Once again, on behalf of Aura News, thank you and have a good night.